Hi guys, Dr. Wendy Dearborn with the Laws of Attraction in Action. And of course, for those of you who know me, I love to cook, and so I do have a YouTube page, YouTube playlist, I guess you want to call it, called Bon Appetit, Let's Eat. So yesterday I decided that I wanted to cook bake some artisan bread. I don't know what possessed me, but I said I wanted to do this live. Well, needless to say that it is presenting some challenges for me because, of course, usually I use two cameras and I'm able to cut and edit. But going live, you're not able to do that. So I like the challenge and I said I'm going to go ahead on and see this through. So basically what we did yesterday was mix the dough. Very simple. It's water, salt, yeast, a little yeast. That blew my mind. And of course, flour. And we're going to see that in just a second. Now, it's really important, guys, to jot this down so that you have this information. So jot this down. The temperature of your oven is going to be 450 degrees. When we're going to proof the bread in just a second. I'm going to show you that whole process. And the bread is going to proof for 2 hours. At an hour and a half, 90 minutes into the process, you would then turn your oven on. Your oven needs to heat up for an hour and a half. And if you're going to use whatever you're going to bake your bread on, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute, it actually needs to be in the oven when you turn it on half an hour before the bake time. The actual bake time for the bread is 20 minutes. So the bake time for the bread, again, is 20 minutes. So guys, there's a couple of things that you're going to need. And if you don't have some of them, you can always improvise. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the camera, guys, so that we can get that together. Okay, and this is where I would either have my trusted cameraman who's on the golf course somewhere. I say on the golf course, having a wonderful time on the golf course. But that being said, you're going to need one of these. This is just a scraper, and I'm going to show you what to do with that in just a hot second. You're actually going to need a clean kitchen towel or tea towel to cover your bread because it's going to proof, and again, it proofs for 2 hours. You're going to need parchment paper, okay, definitely parchment paper, and a couple of cookie sheets. Okay, now one of the cookie sheets you may use in place of a pizza stone. This is a pizza stone. If you don't have a pizza stone, you can invert a cookie sheet, a large one, I would say, a large cookie sheet in the oven. What I didn't say is when you actually put the oven on at 450 degrees, half an hour before you actually go to cook your bread, it needs to be your pizza stone and or your cookie sheet needs to be on the lowest rack in your oven. Okay, guys, very, very, very important. I also have some flour here. That's my sprinkler. I'm just going to move my cookie. Okay, and here's mine. Okay, this is my parchment paper, and I'm going to put it on this cookie sheet to transfer it to the pizza stone for baking. All right, guys, and this is the moment that we've been waiting for. Truly the moment that we've been waiting for. Okay, this is our dough. And this is the dough that we actually made yesterday. I did this it was maybe about 10 past 9, 11 minutes past 9 yesterday. And this is the process. And of course you can definitely smell the yeast. I left it on the countertop. Actually, I left it sitting on top of the cooker. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Okay, it's risen. It's definitely proofed itself. It's all bubbly and everything, and that's what it does. That's exactly what it does. Nature takes care of that need. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to just put this out of the way, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour, and this is how easy this is. Okay, this is totally how easy this is. Alrighty, You don't need way too much. I'm going to use my hands. Perhaps it's better if I do it that way. Hopefully I did correct, and X is marking the spot. See, it's really sticky. Yay! All right, and that's the dough. Okay, I'm going to just put a little bit of dough on top. Actually, I'm going to put some on my hands, and I'm just going to spread the dough out a little bit. Hopefully, guys, you are seeing that. I'm going to have a quick look to make sure. All right, so we're going to spread the dough out just a little bit. And again, it's sticky, guys. It's sticky, and don't need too much. With your scraper, you fold in, fold that way, and that way. All right, guys, and that's it. I'm going to cut it using the scraper. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to cut it again. Okay, I'm going to cut it again. And from here, you can either make smaller cuts, which I'll do this smaller. A little bit of flour on your hands, and I'm just going to roll that. Sticky dough. I'm going to roll, and you don't really want too much flour on this, but enough. And I'm just going to put it on, and I know you heard that go down. I'm going to put it onto the tray that I had prepared, the inverted cookie tray that I had prepared with the parchment paper. All right, and we're going to put those on so that they will proof. And I'm going to do a little bigger here. Hopefully I'm in frame. All right, and you could do whatever shape you want. Okay, I'm going to do a couple of shapes. I'm going to make these just a little smaller. Right, and you don't even have to, actually, I'm not even going to roll this one. I'm not going to roll it into anything. I'm just going to put it on the sheet. Cut this. All right. And this one, I'm going to roll it out a little bit. Hopefully I was in camera for most of that. I'm going to roll this one out. I'm going to roll this one out. I'm going to twist it. And I'm just going to put it on the baking sheet so he can rise. All right, guys. And so that's it. All right, and you're going to be really surprised with what happens. They don't look very graceful, but they come out absolutely beautiful. And we're going to cover this with this cloth, nice clean cloth, and we are going to allow that to proof for total proof time is 2 hours. Total proof time is 2 hours. All right, she's back. Total proof time is 2 hours, but I've set the timer for 90 minutes, an hour and a half, so that I can then put the pizza stone in the bottom half, in the lowest rack in the oven, and turn it on to 450 degrees. I need some chocolate. 450 degrees. If you're using a pizza stone, you always put it into a cold oven and preheat. In this instance, again, if you don't have a pizza stone, you will use your cookie sheet. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. You'll use your cookie sheet. You'll invert your cookie sheet like that. And the same thing, you'll put it into the lowest rack in the oven at 450. So guys, I said this was going to be 3 parts, but it's actually going to be 2 because I'm going to put the bread in. You guys need to see what the bread looks like as it's risen, and of course then once it's baked. So it's going to be 4 parts versus 3, but it's all good. So guys, I'll see you in approximately 2 hours from now. Until then, I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. Peace.